I don't know if you guys can see it very good, but I just painted this rear tailgate for this 72 F100. What's it called? A jade green or a dark jade green? Or maybe it's a jade. Maybe it's another color. What was that color? I'll tell you in just a second. It's for this 72 right here. I'm going to paint the whole truck that color because that's what Booger wanted. It is a spruce green metallic. Got the body, the bed sanded down pretty good here. I got to do a couple little dings and dents that I got to pull out, and then a little tiny bit of Bondo in it. It'll need to be done. There's a little rough spot there. I'll have to weld that. The front of it's sanded smooth and primered, so that'll stay kind of like that because that'll be hidden anyway. And this side's sanded. And then I got to do the inside. I've got that scuff pad and stuff, and I'm going to scuff that up and rhino line that. And then I got to cut the metal. I got the cardboard cut out for that, and I just got to trace it on the metal and cut that, weld that in. But yeah, so it's going to be spruce green metallic. It's an Eastwood color. It's a single stage urethane. Mix it 3-to-1. Hopefully I did that correctly. And then I painted it out here at a certain time of night, certain time of day. You have to, that's what I use to get my pattern. And you have to catch it just right. There's no wind, very little dust, hopefully. And then you put it back inside. It's around 80 degrees. I've got a medium reducer in it, so hopefully it'll level out pretty good. Orange peel isn't too bad. It's not too bad. It's to where you could rub it out if you had to, if you felt it was bad. But for this old girl, it's probably okay. But then we got this 390 in here, a rebuilt. Everything's dialed in pretty good. Still working on some things with the transmission. I was able to drive it. Brakes are real good. Exhaust is done, everything like that. I may have to do a little tweaking. Looks like the front transmission seal's got a little leak, so I'll have to pull it. But it's all pretty minor. But the next step is going to be to do the bed, and then probably I'll let them dry, roll them over into that other building and protect them. And then I got to paint the inside of this gate black, and that's to match the bed, of course. I don't know if you can see it okay. There's some orange peel. Yeah, a little bit. But I mean, for an outdoors, no paint booth, single stage paint, I think it's pretty good. I put all new, it's got new latches. It's got all stainless steel, and I put all new latches in it and stuff. I had a little, it looks like it leveled out, but I had a little spot. I bumped it with the air hose, and I thought, well, I'll shoot over it and see what happens. I think it's right there. Bummer. But that's the bottom of the tailgate. You'll never see it. And then, but that was a spot. Because I was wanting to make sure I was concentrating so much on my spray that I was a little concerned, and I kind of bumped that a little bit. And then it's hard to get the ends right down in here. There may be some open there that's not showing right, but for this vehicle, it'll work. This tailgate is brand new. The hardware is all brand new. It's a brand new tailgate because the other one was rusted a little bit. Not too bad, but a little more beat up. But even when you get these things, they're Chinese. There's always something with them. I think this one had a little dent. The biggest problem you're going to have with this color is it's going to show everything. It's going to be cool when the sun hits it. And again, like I say, this is a metallic, so you got to kind of, I painted a lot over the years, but I'm not a professional painter. So you always have to watch metallics because you can get blotchiness. And there's good and bad to it, because if you guys see, if you roll over this, it changes shades, and that's the benefit of a metallic. But then if you get your spray wrong or you sit too much in one spot, and again, no expert, so forgive me, you painter guys will say, yeah, whatever, dumbass. But you sit too much in one spot, it'll be blotchy, I would assume. So, because I painted all different kinds, 2-stage, this urethane, usually you do urethane on boats, and then acrylic enamel over the years, and lacquer, but not much metal flake, maybe a couple times. But yeah, so this is the color she wanted. Let's just see. I mean, out in the sun, it's okay. It's pretty dark, but I think it'll work. The greatest benefit of this being dark, chrome stuff. It's going to have new door handles, new chrome mirrors, new chrome bumpers. I'm going to straighten out this grille, make it as pretty as I can. It's going to have chrome wheels, and of course, chrome rear bumper. And then there's an emblem that goes up here, that's chrome, and an emblem on the back that's chrome. So chrome pops with this color. But she didn't want a ton of chrome, and that's okay. So I didn't do a ton of chrome. I just did enough to strategically cover front, rear, back end, side to side. We just did the F100 Grand Nationals up in Pigeon Forge and saw a lot of really cool dent side, bump side. These things are really coming on. I mean, probably 3/4 of the show was these trucks. And they did them every which way. They put diesels in them. They had 460s in them. They had the stock 390s. A lot of them had Coyotes. Because you put a Coyote in this with a 10-speed with that 9-inch rear end, and if you put a Crown Vic front end and a Mustang rear end or a 9-inch rear end, you got a rig. These things really end up a nice vehicle. Because this thing with the twin I-beam, the new shocks, all the suspension bushings and everything in the steering, it drives pretty nice. It drives nice. These big old fat tires, it handles. So it's a nice driving vehicle. I've taken it around the block and it drives pretty nice. They're not going to be as smooth as a modern truck. You hear them more and you feel them more. But hey, you guys, so talking for a minute because I'm letting this settle. I want to see if it levels out a little. Oh well. When somebody does a paint job for you, I primered this and I DA'd it down to where I did like, I think 150, 220 to 320. That's where I ended up, was 320. I've done those before, ended up about 320. And it was fine. And this one's probably about the same. There was a couple spots. The only spot of rust on the outside was right there. If I get it with my finger right. Now clean that up, and if it's enough metal there, I'll weld it. Or I don't know if it's going to need a patch panel. The only other thing with these, it had somebody I think had one of those snap-on covers where the top snaps on, and I probably won't fill these holes because again, this thing pulled it out of the field of Mississippi. I think they paid $5,000, $5,500 for it, and it's pretty good. The only rust literally on the whole vehicle is right there. And right there, and that's good enough. If anything, funny, it'll help water drain out of it and won't rust more. But no, I'll clean that all up, seal it, get that all good. I've got a mat that goes in here, and then I'll come in and I'll weld big washers there for the bed hole down to fill those holes and make it all really solid. And like I said, I'll weld in that piece over there that he was going to attempt to put a gas tank in. But yeah, I've got it all pretty much wired. I did some extra stuff to it the other day. I've done some stuff with this where I've moved some of this because this is going to go away from me like 400 miles. And I moved some of the electrical that traditionally is in a fuse panel underneath the vehicle out here. This is a key-on fuse panel. This is a constant power fuse panel. This runs power into the cab, and that comes off of this breaker over here. New solenoid, new wiring, and then it comes off that breaker, goes around to that to feed into the cab. This feeds the alternator there, and then that's main power into the cab. And then all you do is you close this breaker, and the whole thing's powered up. And then whenever you want to kill it, you just push that. It's got a new battery, all new ignition, all new carburetor. Really runs strong. power brakes, power steering. But yeah, I did this on purpose because then that way, if you ever have to troubleshoot anything, it's right here. It's not like show quality stuff. I'll wrap these wires probably, and but it's practical. Painted all under the hood, painted everything nice, and then got LED lighting. That all works. I had to do some wiring and stuff to get these lights to all work, and then there was lights that were cut up underneath the dash that I had to do and fix. Here, let me show you the dash. Oh, yeah, just bear with me. Got to turn power on. Hang on, and we'll go around and I'll show you how this looks. There's the dash. It's got a dome light. Works all good. And then what's cool with this dash, I got it lit up green to show bugger, but you can change the colors on this. And then change it back to blue. Change this one back to blue. And then you can see the different colors on the dash. And it changes different colors. Let me get it back to green. I'll just leave it at green for now. But yeah, that's the dash. I got to put a radio in it still. I got sound deadener I'm starting to put in it. I put the seat in here temporarily to work on it. And then I got all the wires run, all the brake lines run. I got a little distribution box back here, and then this runs to the 4-pin, and that runs up to these magnetic lights I used to get it by. But then after I put the tailgate on, I can interface into here for the brake lights and turn signals and reverse lights off of that. And then that way, that's another thing that is easy to diagnose. If you need to find out anything's going on, you can come back here with a test light and test those immediately and see if your 4-pin's good for your hitch, and if your tail lights are good and what have you, because it's just, you know, there's only 3 wires. You have a left turn, right turn, and then marker stop light, and then a ground, and then you have a reverse light. Whoops, finger and my thumb. I got a set of thrush mufflers on it, not loud, nice. And when the bed's on here, it'll be pretty quiet, pretty straight. So yeah, this is the beast. I got it where it starts with a key and shuts off with a key. That was the problem. I got all the lights working. I got some pieces I gotta still put in the lights, but yeah, they all work. And of course, when the tailgates, I got a little piece I gotta put in right here on the tail, on the headlight. Marker lights, flashers, turn signals, all that works on it. So that's hurdles that you get over to get everything done. So, and then it's got the horn stuff. I got a new steering wheel for it. I put on there. And then, but yeah, this is the old beast. Emergency brake works, power brakes, brand new fuel tank, brand new everything, really. So, all right, you guys, I'll wrap it up. I just wanted to do a quick overview on this so everybody can see kind of where it's at right now. Kill this power. I keep a battery tender on it anyway, but that way it stays charged. It's a good, big, huge battery, so the thing should really perform well. But yeah, all right, you guys. Looks like this thing's leveled out pretty good. I was a little worried because it's a medium reducer, and it's good up to 80 degrees, and it's 82 in here, according to that thing. And it probably could have used a slower reducer. It might have leveled more, but I think it's good now. All right, you guys. See you later. Thanks. Bye.